fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It is a final from American Family Field, and that is a little more like it. The results are good. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show as the Brewers take Game 2 of this four-game series. A needed win, a little more than a feel-good. Quickest to 70 victories in franchise history, and the Brewers sit there at 70-43. There's Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Tim Allen, and a 11-hit attack. I think they probably should have had more runs than just four, but four got it done. And how about Logan Henderson? Is he the real deal?
Yeah, it appears so. Yeah, he's undefeated at American Family Field in his career so far. I believe that puts him to 5-0 at American Family Field.
They've won 13 of his 15 big league starts.
Yep.
13-2, the team is, when he starts a baseball game.
It's pretty good.
That's really good. And with maybe a little bit of disappointment over the trade deadline, and this Pirate team getting the best of them at a clip of 6 of 7. Well, the Brewers bounce back and get the victory tonight. And Logan Henderson, 8 punch-outs in this one, 6 innings of 2-run ball, just a couple of solo home runs. Speaking of which, the Brewers had 2 themselves. Jake Bauers, a little blemish in this one, was a late scratch, abdominal. You remember he was tooling around the bases last night like a cheetah.
That might be exaggerating a little, but okay.
And he said he did it when sliding into home plate. But, he a late scratch. Maybe we'll get more on that a little bit later on during the show. Got plenty of time for you tonight on that Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. And we did see movement with a Christian Yelich. More on that coming up.
Tim Dillard has thoughts in pregame on this, and I recorded it off the TV to play back his defense of Yelich tonight.
I'll defend him playing, but I think Murph has been listening to the program lately.
You can't take no.
I think he has.
Come on, he's not going to listen
Pat,
to us.
anytime.
You need to stop.
Anytime, Pat. When you need help with that lineup, I got you covered, buddy.
Oh, my goodness.
I've got you covered. What did I say? You don't bench Yelich. You don't platoon Yelich. You just move him down. You humble him.
When he said they were moving down to 7, and then they came back with whatever they came back with, I was Wisconsin Sports Day. I said, Murph, it's Steve Sparky 5 over here, Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Yeah, curious. If this doesn't work over the next 3 or 4 weeks, what's next?
Okay, then we can talk about the platooning. I think that's what's next.
Platooning at DH. That's the next step.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And we'll get deep into this a little bit later on during the program, but this is a bigger win than people think. It just needed to get right.
Well, especially with the Cubs putting it on the Dodgers 4-1 right now in the 8th. And that's Scooble's debut tonight. Yeah.
I don't know who you were rooting for in that one.
I wasn't.
I guess leaning toward the Dodgers. I mean, 5.5. Hey, 5.5 is 5.5. That can sway a little bit.
Sure can.
It can. So, the division title, you got to run away with this division and keep it at about that distance. And then when you do play the Cubs head-to-head, then you put them out of commission.
Bury them. Yep.
Yep. That really is the key here. Jared Jones started for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Get used to that, dude. We're going to be seeing a lot of that guy in the next few years. Once he puts things together a little bit, he's coming off injury, but man, he's pretty good, Stevie. He is something. Now, he didn't pitch great tonight, but held his team in the ball game. Only had 4 innings. The Brewers had a nice game plan against him. Yelich did, by the way, have a 7-pitch AB.
Oh, goody.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Helped with the pitch count. First inning, it didn't start out really, really well for Henderson. A leadoff walk on 4 pitches, and that is unlike a Logan Henderson.
Yep.
You don't see that very many times when he's on the mound. Well, he works through that. So that was cool. Jackson Churio had a nice night tonight. He had a 1-out base hit in the bottom half of that first inning, but neither team scored in that first. Henderson 1, 2, 3 in the second, a pair of strikeouts, had 3 through the 2 scoreless into the bottom of the second. Base runners for the Brewers with 2 outs. Walked to Lara and Cooper Pratt, an infield single. 2 on, 2 out for David Hamilton. Oh, he flew out. Okay, 25 pitches in that inning alone for Jones. So you could tell it wasn't going to be a deep session for Jones in this game. First pitch of that third inning, however, gave the Pirates the lead, a solo shot from Jacob Gonzalez. They went on to get another hit in the inning, but just that one run. Bottom of the third, the Brewers would match that. It was Jackson Churio.
A lot of great baseball here in the month of August in Milwaukee.
A lot of tough opponents in the month of August.
Churio out to right. It's back. It is gone. His first home run in a month, and we're tied 1-1.
To the day, a month. And you heard it there on
Sad.
Brewers TV. It is sad, but when Jackson's going right, what does he do, man? He goes middle and away with authority.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they readjust, he goes pull power on you. That was a great sign for Jackson Churio. That was just part of his 3-hit night. That was huge for Jackson. So it was 1-1 later on in the inning. Contreras, a base hit, had a multi-hit game, just that one run. 1-1 into the 4th inning. Henderson, a scoreless 4th inning. Looking good through the 4. Brewers decided to put up a crooked number in the bottom of that 4th inning. First run was off the bat of Andrew Vaughn.
If we can
There
zoom
he
in
is,
there. Henry A. So good. How old now?
Good-looking boy. Supposed to know that to the day. Took a touch over 3 months.
Drive to center by Vaughn, and Henry A. gives the Brewers the lead. It was Vaughn who homered when Billy Aaron was in the booth. And now Henry A. homers with Vaughn at the plate. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that was Mark Atanasio in the TV booth with Levering and Rotino. I don't know if you happened to catch some of that, Stevie, did you?
I was too busy listening to Kay complain about why is the dude in the middle talking so much when I'm trying to watch the game. Like the dude in the middle is the owner of the team. She's like, well, if I wanted to listen to talk radio, I turned on your station. Okay, then.
Little nonchalant delivery for Atanasio, and I didn't get much out of that conversation, honestly. There wasn't.
Well, he said something about potentially another player down in the minors that could help him this year.
Yes, he did. He did mention that, but again, I mean, you never know with that.
Cameron Wagner, I'm still saying it. I'm not getting off my guy. That's who I think it's going to be.
Oh, that flamethrower.
Yep.
Yeah, that could very well be. So the Brewers took the lead there in that 4th inning, 2-1, off the bat of Andrew Vaughn. 1 out, couple of base runners. Cooper Pratt, a base hit. David Hamilton, a bunt base hit. And then it brought up Jackson Churio with 2 outs, and he comes through once again.
It used to be we just had the national media show up after Labor Day when we were in first place.
There's base hit back up the middle by Churio. Pratt around third. The throw is cut off. It's a 2-run 4th inning for the Brewers.
Yeah, there it is. 3-1 into the 5th inning, and no shutdown inning for Logan Henderson. Gave up a solo shot to Endy Rodriguez. This dude, really? I'm not convinced we're not going to see a little testy benches emptying in this series.
Why?
He had to take his sweet old time. Get out of here. That dude? I mean, come on. You had another hit batter. You had an ejection in this one. I think this is a series that could get a little sideways. We'll see.
I mean, in fairness, the ump did screw up, and Kelly had every reason to be mad about what happened with the ump. But the ump, you could literally read his lips. He goes, yeah, I know I screwed up, but I called a strike. It took forever, but He did call the strike, and Kelly was screaming and yelling about it. But
you know what, though? Kelly may have had a point in that. If you allow the ABS, then whether it was a called strike or not, don't you have to adhere to the call? You have to give him the call. But then again, since he said no ABS challenge, then the batter couldn't challenge because there was no challenge, but there was.
It was a strike either way. Had they challenged, it was going to be a strike.
It was going to be a strike.
It was a strike, so it didn't matter.
So Don Kelly's losing his mind on that. Contreras confused by it, ABS call or not. Don Kelly, ejection, and a tight ball game. It was 3-2 into the bottom of the fifth inning. I wasn't exactly comfortable at that time. More base runners for the Brewers in the bottom of the fifth inning. Leadoff base hit by Contreras. Brewers at that point, 9 hits after a Yelich strikeout, 0 for 3, by the way, to that point. Vaughn would draw a walk to put 2 on with 1 out for Luis Lara, and he gets it done.
Lara to the left side, a base hit. Contreras will come around and score. It's 4-2.
I'm starting to really, really like Luis Lara more and more.
Him and Brett both are playing well as far as hitting the baseball.
I don't know how you're going to find him some playing time, man. When everyone's healthy.
Oh, come on.
If everybody's
Felix
healthy.
not playing over Lara right now. I'm sorry. I don't care what he did last year. You cannot sit Lara for Frelick at this point. That cannot be a thing.
I think they'll if it's a platoon for a 3rd/4th outfielder. Is that what it's going to be?
Well,
it might.
You're going to have 3 guys rotating out there between Bowers, him, and Frelick? No, come on.
And there's Lockridge to contend with also.
I don't know.
At some point. We'll find out.
Send Lara back down? That'll go over well. So you could play Lockridge and Frelick? Oh, my God.
I would not rule that out, that they send Lara back down.
I will be livid. Well, he'll have his time. He's young, and we're in a playoff race. We're going to play the vet, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, buckle in. That could happen.
It better not.
But I think all of us as Brewer fans are starting to fall in love with Luis Lara.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a gamer, man. He just seems to come up. He does not care about the stage. I mean, he draws. He's a patient hitter. He'll go the other way. He's a nice switch hitter. I think his defense needs a little work. I think we could probably all agree on that. But that will happen in the big leagues.
His defense was so good in the minors, man. He's just got to figure out how to read balls in these big league stadiums. I really think that's part of it. And communicate better so him and Mitchell don't kill each other.
Yeah, they almost did late in the ball game. 4-1 4-2 into the 6th inning. And then Henderson finishes strong in that 6th inning, striking out the side in order. Reynolds, Esmerling Valdez, and Horowitz, 8 strikeouts, just the 2 runs as he finished up his night. Logan Henderson, how about that one? Take that out of the young Brewers right-hander. The Brewers then, again, that was it for the scoring all the way out. Antonio Sensatella got his feet wet in a Brewers uniform and pitched a scoreless frame. He did allow a walk, but then got an inning-ending double play, and they'll take that in that 7th inning. Abner Uribe into some trouble in that 8th inning. He hit the leadoff man. With those lefties at the top of the order, you don't want to hit the 9-hitter in a 2-run game in the 8th inning. And he's a right-hander. And that's what happened. And then 1 out later, a base hit. And now you're looking at runners at the corners with just the 1 out. But Abner Uribe works himself out of that jam. All sorts of fired up for Uribe. Rolling the dice. He's doing the dance and the jig out there. It was, I love that out of Abner Uribe. Now, no crotch chop. But, I mean, he already had that.
Did you hear about this new guy the Mets called up from the minor leagues? Every time he gets a strikeout, he jumps off the mound and does like the splits in the air and comes down after every strikeout.
Oh, a little Trevor Bauer action.
Yeah, jumps up off the mound, like splits, comes back down, little dance, and then goes back on the mound for the next batter.
Then it was Trevor McGill to lock down the Brewers 4-2 victory, now 70-43, after what I think is a big win. And you guys I know I've been accused of, saying every win is the biggest win of the year. I won't say this is the biggest win of the year.
Thank you.
But I will say it's a big win.
Oh,
just
sure.
to right things a little bit. A feel-good kind of deal going on as the Brewers, get their 70th victory, even up the series at a game apiece. Earlier in the day, we learned that Christian Yelich was bumped down to the 7th spot. Now, that changed after a Jake Bauers late scratch. They moved Christian Yelich back up a little bit. He ended up going 0 for 4. Can we do a gut check on his batting average right now?
Again?
He was 234 coming in. Is it 231?
Just going to rub it in.
I want to say,
no,
I'm not rubbing anything.
231, 316 on base, 371 slugging. Still, I believe, hitless in the month of August.
What do you guys think of that? And we'll talk after the break here. Plenty of time for you. Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. Brewers get the victory, and it feels good to have this victory. And now, I don't know. The other question would be, who are you rooting for in that Dodger-Cub game? Skubal on the mound, newly acquired, obviously, for the Dodgers, and the Cubs in division.
I think you root for the Dodgers because there's no reason to ever root for the Cubs.
I would agree. But some people may have been saying, yeah, screw that Skubal. I hope he gets beat.
Sure.
And, it doesn't matter if it's the Cubs. Yeah, I'm with you. I was all about as long as the Cubs could lose. Well, they're not going to. It doesn't appear that they're going to.
It's 5-1 right now, bottom of 8.
Yeah, it doesn't appear they're going to lose. So the Brewers will maintain that 5.5 game lead in the NL Central. But they get the victory tonight. How about 3 hits from Jackson Chourio? Wow, he needed that. How about a multi-hit game for William Contreras? Wow, he needed that.
Yep.
Luis Lara with a walk and a base hit and an RBI.
How about Cooper Pratt? 2 for 4.
Game.
Cooper Pratt now at 293, 379 on base, 390 slugging.
And he hit a ball. He smoked a ball to center in the game.
Sure did.
In the game for an out as well.
Yep.
I mean, I think he hit it 101 or 100, and that was for an out. But the Brewers did bang out 11 hits, and then that's key here. Would it have been as bad over the trade deadline if the Brewers' offense were rolling like this? Probably not as bad. So they get the victory and maintain the 5.5 game lead. But again, Christian Yelich, conversation on the other side, moved down to 7th in the order. Was that the right thing to do in your mind?
Temporarily. Until Bauers got scratched and then got moved back up to 5.
Right. But everybody healthy, he was going to be hitting 7th.
Correct. Yep.
And it was a discussion that Murph had with Yelich prior to the game, and it was Murphy's decision.
Correct. Did not consult with the other coaches. Did not consult with Arnold. Just did it on his own.
Didn't consult with Christian.
Correct.
Just did it. Let's talk about it after the break here. We'll welcome in our network stations. On the other side here, there's Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Tim Allen. The Brewers behind Logan Henderson get the victory 4-2 the final to even up the series at a game apiece. And you're listening to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show as we welcome in our network stations after the break here, and you guys on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line next on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It is a final from American Family Field, and the results are good. I feel better after this one. A 4-2 victory to take Game 2 of this 4-game series, evening up the series at a game apiece. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, and a feel-good Brewers victory. I will say it's leaning toward need, but more of a feel-good, I think. 70-43, the quickest to 70 victories in franchise history. What, did they beat it by a day?
By a game. Yep, by one game.
They keep getting better, don't they? All right. We were on local prior to welcoming you guys in around the state. And we went over Logan Henderson's performance. Is he the real deal?
Yes.
Brewers have won 13 of his 15 big league starts. The low heartbeat for him is quite impressive. It just never seems like he's in a big jam. Does he ever get in a first and third nobody out jam? Seems like he never does. He gave up a couple of solo homers, but you just don't see him second and third nobody out. Uh-oh, this could be a big one. He's just in control the whole time. I love it. Did you trust him in a Game 3 in a playoff series?
Yes.
I think so. I think he's starting to earn that and prove that. Want to get your reaction on the ball game. Well, I won't say it's the biggest win of the year, but a big one. It is. Nicolay Law Talk and text line 414-677-1250. Maybe got a few new good luck charms if you're watching on the YouTube stream. I had to ask Stevie what this was. There's Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Tim Allen.
Hi.
It's a little it's a little rubber thing I found in one of the batting gloves that's been on a shelf in my studio.
Yeah.
That's a little thing you put on your finger,
And
right?
it goes on around your thumb. Yeah. Several Brewers players wear those as well. I want to say,
And
memory
so,
serves
okay.
correct, Rob Deere maybe helped come up with that.
Maybe.
Former Brewers outfielder, I want to say.
Maybe.
Or a variation of that, something along those lines. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Now, on the show tonight, we're going to hear from Pat Murphy. I'm sure we're going to hear from Logan Henderson as well. Stick around for that. Christian Yelich, if you didn't know, he was dropped to the 7 spot in the order prior to the game. Now, that changed because Jake Bauers was a late scratch in this one. However, let's go with the assumption that he's going to bat 7th tomorrow. Seems about right. 6th or 7th.
I would never assume anything with
6,
Murphy
7.
in a lineup. Just saying.
6, 7. Just saying.
You're old. You don't get to do that.
How do you feel about that?
Love it. I think everybody loves it, but the question is going to be whether or not he actually sticks with it, or, Yelich is like, dog, we ain't doing this. Like, I know I don't have a hit in August, but I'm not staying in the 7-hole, man. Come on, dude. You gotta bring me up. Because again, you're saying, okay, there's accountability, right? Fine. But now in 2 or 3 weeks, if he still stinks, what then? You said earlier before we joined the network, maybe they platoon the DH position.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I again, that's a lot of money to be platooning with.
Forget about the money, though. The money's spent and gone. We knew late in big deals that you're going to chew on a bunch of money. Most teams do.
It's true.
I think almost every team does. Late in careers of big deals, you know going in, the agent knows, the player knows, and the team knows. Late in those big time contracts, you're gonna pay the price a little bit and not get the production you're paying for. So I don't look at the money necessarily. But let's get your reaction here. Brewers win, and we'll go to John leaving American Family Field. What's going on, John?
Hey, how are you doing?
More important, how you are.
I'm doing pretty good after this victory. As you said, it's not the most important, but it was pretty darn important. They beat us, 6 out of 7, so great to get number 70. I just got a quick few observations. Like you said, with Yelich, it's obvious he's not seeing the ball. He's swinging at balls. He's watching strikes, so that's troublesome. 2, I like keeping this Logan Henderson guy. I think he's going to be good for years to come. We all wanted Scooble, but Henderson might be a star real soon. 3, on the Cubbies, Dodgers. I was kind of rooting for the Dodgers, but in a way I don't mind it, in a way, if Scooble doesn't win his first time out, because the Dodgers are just way too loaded. And lastly, a pet peeve, why do they always close the roof if there's like a couple of raindrops in Madison? I told my wife, I said, I'll bet you $1 we're going to get to the car before any rain falls. And they've always do this. It's worse in a day game, but it's like a sweat box.
Yes.
And I thought they got a little better at it in the last year or two. But why do you close the roof when it may be raining hours away? You know, is it to up the water sales? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That place is awful when it gets humid and sticky in there. It is god awful. I agree with you on that. Thanks for the call.
John.
There has to be some type of rule they go off of based on whenever rain is within so many miles of the ballpark, they close it. I'm sure there is some type of rule in place that they just follow.
How long does it take to close the roof?
Well, it used to be, I think, 20 minutes.
25 minutes?
Yeah, somewhere in that area. Yeah.
What are we doing?
What do you mean?
What? So the forecast is calling for rain at some point. Why don't you just wait until it rains and close it up?
Because they don't want a downpour on the field. And
get out of here. It's 25 minutes.
Hey, man, 25 minutes, and it's raining hard. You're screwed. You're going to have puddles and everything else. Now, you can clean it up and keep going, but there's going to be a stoppage in play and all of that.
Where's our meteorologist? Can we get them in on the air here?
Oh, yeah.
Can you project at least now tomorrow night? Did you see the forecast?
I did not.
Oh, there's a bunch of rain coming.
Tomorrow.
And when I say a bunch of rain, I mean a bunch of rain.
Like rain or like severe weather again?
No, I just think it's a bunch of rain.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Good luck sitting inside that stadium tomorrow night, though. Harrison's on the mound, though, against Skeens. It's worth sweating out for that one.
Yeah, that's true. That's going to be a nice matchup. All right, 414-677-1250, Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Let's go to Tony, our friend listening on the Odyssey app. What's going on, Tony?
Oh, hey, guys. I absolutely love the show, and it's so great to hear everyone's perspective. And, if we really listen, we learn so much. I'm kind of new to the family. I really appreciate, getting a chance to share my thoughts. And I'm kind of new. I'm just starting to appreciate Sparky's take on things. I listened to the whole Daily Show with Charlie. And who was that, the new guy you had on? He had some great insights, too.
The guy that we had on today?
Yeah, the young guy.
The guy that we had on today is Aram Layden. He does Just Baseball podcast, and it's really, really good. And he analyzes the minor leagues and all of that stuff. We've had him on once before. He's got a huge following if you watch him on YouTube and stuff. Aram Layden is his name, yeah.
Yeah, he's like a real influencer type. But, yeah, have that guy back. If you book that guy, I'm all for it. Anyway, I listened after the fact on YouTube, but you asked the question, would trading Logan Henderson have stopped you from trading for Scooble?
Right.
And I was absolutely. You're talking at least 3 years of Logan Henderson, versus, a rental of 3 months tops if you're lucky, if he doesn't get hurt, if you go all the way and actually do face the Dodgers, another point. But anyway, as you pointed out over and over again, he's got a lower ERA. So we're actually second in runs allowed behind the Dodgers, only 2 runs after tonight's games, at least the Brewers game, last I checked.
Tony, what'd you think about Yelly in that 7 spot?
Yeah, I mean, there's, you make such a great point of like sometimes statistics do tell the story. Like when you brought up what was going on with Ashby and his whip. I mean, that was such a great point. And with hitting, we'd look at OPS, right? I mean, that's probably the most important hitting stat, right?
To most analysts, yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. after tonight's game, we got Contreras at 724, Christian Yelich at 687 after this incredibly extended cold streak. We got Joey Ortiz below him at 664, Hamilton below him at 642, and Frelick below him at 631. So, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. There's certainly a case to be made for Yelich hitting leadoff because he sees a lot of pitches, which helps everyone after him, and he walks a lot, his on-base percentage. So I get it, and you got to mix it up. So I think we're – and I just want you to know, when I say a professional, I'm talking about the people who get paid to manage the teams. And I'm so glad we got Murph and Arnold doing that stuff because that's why we're enjoying this stuff.
There you go.
And next time we'll talk about identity and not changing it. And I'll I so appreciate what you guys do. Thanks.
All right, Tony, we got to roll, buddy. Take care.
Thank you, Tony.
You betcha. Thanks a lot for the call. Go ahead.
See, when they moved Yelich, when Murph moved Yelich to 7, this is another example of how fans can be right.
But it hasn't happened officially yet.
Well, I mean,
I'd like to.
They made the move.
I'd like to get excited, but if tomorrow he's back at 5, and the next day he's back at 5, and he never actually sees 7, then we got excited for nothing.
No, assuming that he's 7.
Okay. Big assumption, but okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Assuming that he's 7, it is. I love it when It is amazing how many calls this show has received about moving Christian Yelich down to 6 or 7.
Yep.
6, 7.
I swear to God, I'm going to come through this microphone.
So, but isn't that true though, that you can be right before the manager is? What I mean, ultimately, you were on this before Pat Murphy was.
Oh my God.
Is what it means.
Please tell me he doesn't have our hotline number to call in, please, because I don't want to deal with that right now.
Well, why was he so late on this?
Because...
Why was the organization so late on bringing up Luis Lara? This radio program knew what Blake Perkins was doing for a big sample size, and Luis Lara wasn't called up until later. Again, another case where fans were right. Just saying. You can be right over a manager. That's the beautiful thing about baseball. That's just the beauty of the sport, is that there are so many angles on this that there's really hardly ever one true right way to do something. There's always other angles on this. So congratulations, Brewer fans.
Oh, man.
You should be managing this team.
Oh, my God. That was not me. No. I'm out on this one. It's all you, boy. You want to go down. You go jump on that sword, not me.
Murph, thanks for listening, man. I do appreciate that.
Oh, my God.
414-677-1215, Nicolay Law Talk and Text Line. Quick break. You're listening to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Plenty of time to discuss Brewers baseball. Stick around.
we can
There
zoom
he
in
is,
there. Henry
Henry
A. So good. How old now?
Good-looking boy. Supposed to know that to the day. Took a touch over 3 months.
Drive to center by Vaughn, and Henry A. gives the Brewers the lead.
The Vaughn mower right there on Brewers TV. That's good to see. And think about that.
Now that was much needed.
Yes.
His power has to come back.
And the time we talked about timing the last couple of shows here for this Brewers offense, it'll turn around. Timing might be everything for some additional power out of Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah.
All right, let's get another call in here on the Nicolay Law Talking text line, 414-677-1250 after a Brewers 4-2 victory. Maddie in New Berlin, what's going on?
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about David Hamilton.
Okay.
I swear he's a bartender in West Dallas. And I'm not kidding. I saw him up on the board. I said, I know that guy from behind the bar in West Dallas. I truly don't think that. I mean, we should get our guy back at third base. I mean, he's been hot.
Joey
Joey-O?
Ortiz, yeah, 3 hits last night and then doesn't play today.
Yeah, the cooler got him.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we need that confidence back. I mean, he really has been hot there. Like, I just don't get why you pull him. Like, he needs that confidence and reassurance.
Yeah, you know what? All right, Maddie, thanks for the call. That bartender, just send us in a picture, and then we'll do a side by side. I think she was kidding though. No, it's David Hamilton at the end of the day. Now, that was Pat Murphy's quantum leap candidate, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
He's wrong.
That's right. So when you disagreed with that, not you personally, but if you guys...
I definitely did disagree with that. Yes,
okay.
I did.
Then you were right over Pat Murphy. So now you're saying Pat Murphy sucks, aren't you?
No, I know. I definitely did not say that, Tim. Thanks for throwing that out there on me.
It's more proof that, you know what, fans can be ahead of the game a little bit. I mean, you just can. It's just something, man. But we've been wrong, and we don't know all the information that they've got. So that's why we're more wrong than right.
That's true. Let's squeeze one more in here quickly. Chase in California, you're next on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show after a Brewers win. What's up?
Hey, Sparky. Hey, Timmy. Hey,
What's up?
I'm so jazzed right now. This is why you don't get a Scooble if it takes getting Logan Henderson. He's under contract, I believe, until the 2032. Okay?
Correct.
I believe he becomes a free
You
agent.
are correct. Yes.
That, you guys, we just saw a really good pitcher. He's 24. He's got a lot of good years ahead of him, affordable good years ahead of him, okay? The Dodgers, we can cry about, the Brewers and the slump, and Lord knows, Timmy, I witnessed it firsthand getting shut out, right, to a real bad Angels team. But the Dodgers, if you look at their last 10, they've won 3 games.
Yep, they're struggling.
3 and 7.
They've lost, what, 4 or 5 in a row? Something like that?
I think so. And just for the record, I am rooting for the Cubs. I'm going to hold my nose and root for the Cubs when it comes to the Dodgers because I got to live near these Dodger fans.
Yeah, I get it.
It is rough out here. So I will be rooting for the Cubs, okay? But I just wanted to say, guys, Scooble went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Our guy, our 24-year-old guy, went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Chase, thanks for the call.
Chase, check in with us during that Dodgers series next week as well.
They have lost 5 in a row, and 7 of their last 9 have the Dodgers.
All right, Steven? Freddie Peralta took to the hill in
his debut.
Tampa Ray uniform, didn't he?
Yeah, he did against the Rockies is who they were taking on tonight. 3 2/3 inning. It's probably not a good sign that he only pitched 3 2/3 inning. 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned.
Oh, ouch.
A walk and 3 strikeouts.
Sorry, fastball Freddie or pitch count Freddie or first inning Freddie. whichever nickname. I'll bet you that first inning was sky high in a pitch count. He gave up a bunch.
I'd have to look. But
Wow. All right, well, stick around. We have an hour to go here tonight. Want to get your reaction on that Yelich move down to the 7th spot. That's big news, not only for the Brewers here this year, but in Christian Yelich's future. It really has impact on that. We'll talk more after the break. There's Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Tim Allen, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show after a Brewers 4-2 victory. They even up the series at a game apiece, and they're finally at 70 victories, fastest to get there in any other year in franchise history. Stick around. We're talking Brewers baseball tonight.
baseball fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back. It is the Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, a 4-2 Brewers victory and a feel-good victory, that is for sure, because there was just a lot of negative sentiment flying around Brewerland. Not 100%, though. I was impressed with some of the callers last night that were staying positive through a trade deadline that was melodramatic to them. So you bounce back, you get the victory here, and you move on. You've got 70 victories. We see on hold there. We'll get to you in a second. 70 victories, the quickest to it in any 1 year in franchise history. That's just, man.
That's cool.
Just keep winning. Do you have a good luck charm?
You are my good luck charm.
So I... on the shelf in the studio, I've got my son's first baseball glove, like a real baseball glove.
Yeah.
Not like a kid's oven mitt or something.
Sure.
So, and that's this one here.
Nice.
So just a little, it's a glove. I mean, it's an actual glove. Then I have my first one.
Oh, my God. See,
Look
people
at
think I'm a hoarder. Tim Allen
Look at
really surpasses all of us.
This is an old Cleet Boyer glove.
I don't even know who that is.
Ken Boyer's brother.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Does that clear it up?
Sure.
It's so flat. Look at it. It's like a pancake. I was so embarrassed when I was a kid because I couldn't afford a glove.
Sure.
So I bought this at 7 Mile Fair. I think it was 75 cents.
That place is still hopping every weekend.
I want to say it was 75 cents with some baseball cards. And so, yeah, the Cleet Boyer special right here.
Yeah.
Lay it on.
As long as the ball sticks in the mid, who cares?
It what?
As long as the ball sticks in the glove, who cares how much you spend for it?
Well, no, it really didn't.
Yes, I got one here coming in. Big Bubs on the Dugout YouTube chat says, sweet glove.
Yeah.
See? Some people dig it.
Look at this. It's like from the Mesozoic era, but it
works.
It is. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, see how flat it is?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
When you close the...
Yeah.
It's like Donald Duck.
Man, people are sitting on hold here, and you're playing around with your dumb glove.
I know that. This is part of the fun. Baseball is so fun. Bill in Menominee Falls, what's going on, Bill?
Hold on a second. I think I pressed the wrong one. There we go. What's up, Bill?
Henderson pitched a pretty good game. You still there?
Yeah, we're here. Henderson pitched a pretty good game, you said. I got you.
I lost you. With regards to Yelich, I would have taken a step further and benched him, and if I had the opportunity, I would have DFA'd him. He's totally lost at the plate. That's going to send a message to the younger players on the team, no matter how much money you're making.
Hey, Bill.
If you're not producing.
Did you see his numbers last year?
Hold on, Bill. Hold on a second. I'm not going to hang up on you. I'm just going to pot you down, okay? I just want you to listen to something, you and Tim. I want you to listen to this because I don't think Tim's heard this either. Tim Dillard, earlier today on the pregame show, while I was doing the leadoff show, Tim was on the air doing the pregame show on Brewers TV. Tim joins me on Mondays at 2:20 on Wisconsin Sports Daily and been doing weekly interviews with Dillard for like 5 or 6 years. I love Dillard. I don't think I necessarily agree with this take, but here is Dillard talking about Yelich and his struggles.
Well, I mean, hitting a baseball is the quintessential hardest thing to do in sports ever. Never seemed like that when I was on the mound, but it is. And Christian Yelich, I don't think we should throw down the jump to conclusions mat just yet. If you dig into the numbers and really look at what's going on, his numbers since July 1st are almost identical to Luis Garcia Jr., who the Yankees just acquired, who's batting .290 in the same frame that Christian Yelich is batting .188. But yet, the hard hit percentage, the exact same. The hard hit balls, the exact same amount of games. So this guy is hitting the ball hard. It is not going down for a hit. A lot of those are on the ground, and they're being gobbled up by first base and second base. But his hard hit percentage, again, is still elite during that stretch. So I think when you start slumping, I know a lot of players want to look in the stands. They're waiting for Glenn Close to stand up to kind of inspire them. But the way it goes is you get inspired and excited by your teammates and your manager. Your manager is putting things in place to go, you know what? It's not about you. It's about the team right now. And for him to have the right approach, it's going to work out. It's going to pay dividends. He knows how to hit. He is going to hit.
What say you, Bill, to that?
Well, I'm just going to look at what I saw at the plate appearances, and he looks lost. He looks lost. I'm going to go back to a press conference Pat Murphy had when they brought Cooper Pratt up, and he said he sat down with Joey Ortiz and said, hey, you got to start producing. And look what? You started producing. You want to stay in the team, you're going to start producing. And he did.
Yep.
So I don't know if that conversation was had, if you were going to move him down to 7 or 5. I say put him on the bench, use him as a pinch hitter in roles, especially if you got a bases loaded. And rather than have Gary Sanchez hit, bring in a guy that's going to put, psychological factor on the pitcher. You bring in a Yelich who's over the years has said, hey, I'm a good hitter.
But Bill, I mean, you're watching him, and Bill, you're watching him, and you're like, he's lost. You don't think another major league pitcher isn't going to think the same thing when Yelich comes up to at bat, regardless of what he's done?
He hasn't been producing, though. I mean, he's swinging at balls that are 4 feet out off the plate. He's not there.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Bill. Thanks for the call. I'm with you. I'm just saying that, Yelich was great last year. I agree. I thought it was going to be this year, too. But like you said, Bill, and I promise you, major league pitchers are watching tape on Yelich and watching the film on Yelich and seeing what he's doing. And you don't even if you didn't watch film, you could just turn on it at bat for him tonight if you're in the bullpen watching going, that dude is lost.
2 rollovers, a strikeout, and a pop-up. Andrew
on the YouTube dugout chat says, Yelich is washed, Timmy.
No, well, we don't know that yet. Now, the one thing I will disagree with Dillard. Now, the hard hit ball rate, as some of these things are measured, I guess some of the rollovers have been a little bit more on the hard hit, but they're still they're right. Everyone knows where he's going to hit it to the right side. I don't see the hard hit rate.
Oh, people are livid on the text line.
I
262 says elite. He can't get the ball out of the infield in 2 games. That's from Jay. 608 says Yelich is toast. Stop defending poor performance. He's not hitting the ball hard. Delusional is what the 608 says.
I'm not sure I buy the hard hit stuff, but I will disagree on, and I don't like it when you have industry people protect someone by saying, did you know how hard it is to hit a baseball in the big leagues? I don't like that reasoning at all, because what that does, it says it almost makes it worse for the guy you're trying to protect, because the other guys seem to be doing fine and the guy you're trying to protect can't do it.
Because everybody goes through slumps. I mean, Garrett Mitchell was on fire at one point this year, too, and now Garrett Mitchell has fallen back off.
Oh, yeah, he's funky now.
But that's the season. I mean, you have elite guys that can do it all year relatively consistently. But that's why they're elite. That's why they're probably going to be Hall of Famers. Most of these other guys, it's up and down we go. The problem is Yelich has been down more than he's been up this year.
And here's why you stay with him. And that's where I'll disagree with Bill in the Falls there. You don't bench him right now. You don't. You want him to – you need to find out if he's going to break out of this. Once and for good, you got to find it. Don't be guessing. And let's say this just continues and he's staying in the 3, 4, 5 slots the rest of the season, and he still can't pick it up, and he's batting .242, and then it dipples down to .234, and you say, well, maybe he'll get hot. No. Find out now if it's correctable.
But then
find out right now because you've got runway left in the season.
Right, but you got to draw a line in the sand and say, look, if it's not fixed by this day, then we got to
I would agree.
You can't just say it'll come one day.
No, I'm going to agree with that. But set the target time and say, Kristen, here's what we got to do, man. If you can't get out of your own way, it's literally the rollovers that drive me bananas. If he were flying out to left a lot, if he were even some fairly medium-sized fly balls to center field, that would be good indications here. You guys watch it as much as we do.
Well, the numbers aren't going to lie on the hard ball hit rate. I mean, it may not match up with the eye test of what you're watching, but the exit velocity off the bat is literally on TV like all the time. I mean, he's not making that up. He's giving you the facts.
Okay, but if that hard hit ball rate is always a 4-3 ground out, then who gets the credit for that? The pitching game plan or Yelich just for hitting a hard ground ball to the second baseman?
And not getting lift on the ball. Yeah. No,
not getting lift.
Yeah.
And the pitchers know what pitches to throw to him to get that. Even though it's barreled a little bit, it's right to the second baseman or even the first baseman. All right, let's go to Adam. Big Rig, our buddy. What's going on, Adam?
Gentlemen, I got in the car after the game. I had to run to the bank, get some money out, right? And I turned on 1250, as of course you all should. And I hear Sparky, and I hear Tim, and I'm thinking to myself that I step into a time warp. The Brewers are great.
You might have.
2011. And I know you guys have been on together before. This isn't the first time Sparky's been on the show this year. But I had to call in for old time's sake, if nothing else. But I also heard you guys talking about how we're all supposedly better than Pat Murphy now. I'm sorry, Tim talking about how we're all supposedly better than
Get
Pat
me
Murphy
out
now.
of that, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
yes,
no
you
problem.
guys are right.
Exactly. So you know as well as I do, and I hate to have to be the guy to say this because I know, Tim, what you're doing, but you know as well as I do that sometimes we as fans see things that we react to long before a manager's ready to pull that same trigger. Pat Murphy sees it before we see it. But Pat Murphy isn't going to knee-jerk reaction to anything as a big league manager. You said, yes, the sample sizes are growing. We have to do what we have to do eventually with some of these guys. Perkins has been terrible at the plate all year. There's a reason he didn't make the team out of spring training, and injuries kept him up as long as he was up, et cetera. We could go down the list, right? But Pat sees these things. The analytics department sees these things. All the front office guys see these things.
Sure.
But to bring it back around to what you guys were just talking about, you're right. Yelich has to hit. He has to be in the lineup. He has to see if he can get himself out of this. He's rolling over too much. His ground ball percentage is still way too high. His slugging is at a career low. Some of the underlying metrics, yes, they don't look like he's too far off from finding something, but there's enough there right now that it screams. The caller before me, right, was his name Bill? He said that did Pat Murphy have the conversation about moving him down to seventh? And yes, that was reported, right?
Yes, he said that today.
To him about it.
Yes,
exactly.
he did.
So it was a conversation he had to have. It was high time he probably needed to have it. Maybe it's been a long time coming, like we've all said. But Yelich needs to be in the lineup right now. And yeah, eventually, if he's relegated to platoon duty or whatever, it ends up coming to the rest of the season. That's what you cross the bridge when you get there. But the team is playing well right now. You've got this leeway, this lead in the division, this current best record in baseball, first to 70 wins.
It's a good
stuff.
gamble.
Exactly. You've got the time now to figure it out.
Yeah, no doubt. Adam, thanks, man. Always a pleasure. We've been talking with him on the air for a long time.
Should have been a producer for us.
Yes.
Remember, he came in, he tried out, he did the whole sports updates, the whole thing, and it was good. I was like, okay, we can do this. Let's go. And then, he wanted to make money, so it never happened.
Brewer Nation, I think.
Yes.
On Twitter.
Correct, yeah.
Lots of followers, lots of information. The Yelich thing, I think it's way worth the reward to let him go. It's not like he was okay. So Mark Canna comes in and we're like, oh man, but just 2 years ago he was an all-star and he was blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's not Yelich. This was last year for Christian.
Thank you.
Those numbers were amazing. He's not that far removed from those numbers.
I've got some more stuff. I mean, the Dugout YouTube chat is really, really bringing it tonight as far as people participating with good stuff.
They love my Cleat Boyer glove. That's why.
Sure. N. Piccolo says, if we're going by hard hit percentage, it's the lowest of his career at 41.3%. His strikeout rate is the highest it's been since 2020 in regards to Yelich.
That 2020 range is the last time he went into suckage.
Yes. Correct.
That's the last time. And it was very similar to this right here, right now.
If it's health, I wish he would just say it and be done with it.
Now, I'm not ripping on reporters. I'm not, because I'm not.
Has anybody asked?
Has anyone directly asked Murphy or Yelich, are you 100% healthy with that back?
Well, we hear Murphy every day with the leadoff show, pretty much. I don't remember hearing it lately. Not that I know of. And Yelich, obviously, we never hear from Yelich necessarily a lot.
It would make sense to me that the numbers are this like they are if his back was hurting him.
Oh, I agree.
It would make total sense.
Yep. How about KJ in West Allis? You're next on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Sorry for making you hold on there forever, KJ. What's up, buddy?
No worries. 6'7".
Oh, Lord. You're old, too. You don't get to do it either. There's got to be like an age limit on people doing 6'7", man. Come on.
It should be.
What does that even mean? I don't even know, man.
It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. Listen, I was not a happy camper last night, as you guys both know, and I'm in a lot better mood tonight. It was a good win for the Brewers, and I have to give Murphy. I was really on in his case last night, but I got to give Murphy some credit for having the intestinal fortitude for going without talking, I guess, to Matt Arnold or even Christian Yelich, as you guys kind of reported, and trying to make that move go to 7. I look at Christian Yelich as a guy. I mean, pitchers right now, they don't fear him at all. It doesn't matter if it's a veteran pitcher, a guy that just got called up. It doesn't matter. They just go right at him, and he's just not seeing the ball, as many of the callers have said. And they've got to keep him down there. I really like the two rookies that Lara and Cooper Pratt. They're doing a bang-up job so far. It was good to see Cheerio kind of get off the snide. Vaughn get a nice dinger tonight. It really helped the team out. And look, I'd like to see them release the hounds. And what I mean by that is I want to see them bring by the end of the year these guys that we have in the minors up. I mean, Andrew Fisher or whatever. I know.
Already
I
two
know it's
up.
not.
Yeah,
He's already 2 up.
I would love to have that happen, KJ. I would. Thanks for the call. I would love to see Fisher and Madej come up. Those two have nothing else. Like, I would love to see it. Here, I'm going to give you something else. We'll get to Bill and Iron River. I wanted just to clarify this, because last night I was livid about that trade. I didn't want to get rid of Ragsdale. I didn't want to get rid of Frias. Okay, fine, whatever. So, and we kept talking, and I've been saying this for the last 24 hours. This is the best farm system in the history of the Brewers. As far as from talent from top to bottom, it is the most loaded farm system they've ever had. So let's go back here. Braylon Payne tonight. Timber Rattlers ties the franchise single-season home run record. His 22nd of the year was hit 114 miles an hour. He's 19, Braylon Payne. So there's one of their guys. Marco Dingus, the catcher that was with the Timber Rattlers this year. He's in Biloxi. He hit his first Double-A homer tonight, a go-ahead shot in the 10th inning. That gave the Shockers scored 6 in the 9th inning of that game to tie it, to send it to extra innings.
Ridiculous.
Correct. Right. I mean, you can just sit here and go through every night about all these guys that do something. Braylon Atunias, a guy that got called up to Wilson a little while ago. He's got 30 plate appearances, hit his 3rd homer at Wilson in low A ball already. And again, that's another teenagers. 1.513 OPS already for Braylon Atunias. Doing his thing down there. Pena had a big triple tonight as well for the Brewers.
But you do understand that some of these prospects are not going to work out.
Until they don't work out, we aren't going to talk about it.
I'm just saying, I saw a statistic about somebody hitting 30 bombs at Double-A named Adam Brett Walker.
Oh, man.
Remember him?
Do I remember him? That was my kid's favorite Milwaukee Milkman outfielder. Yes. And, big
St. Joe's guy.
Yes, correct. Yep.
And
I don't know
bounced
why.
into the Brewer system for a minute there.
When he was with the Milkmen there before he went over to Japan, I believe, a couple of years ago, dude, he was absolutely annihilating. I'm like, somebody's got to give this dude a chance in spring training just to see what it looks like again.
Sweet swing.
But did not do it. But yes,
Bill,
sure.
Bill in Iron River, what's going on, Captain Bill?
Hey guys, first thing I want to say is I really appreciate the passion and the banter you guys bring to this program. It's a joy to listen to.
Thanks, Bill.
The callers are great. You know, I really enjoy listening to this program. The thing I was going to say about Yelich, I kind of suspected this last night when Murph pulled Sproat out in the middle of a pitch count. It's like he's had enough. We got to start doing something.
Yep.
That was my impression. And as far as Yelich, if he winds up in batting seventh, my attitude is it's what he says. It's just baseball, you know. So thanks for taking my call, guys.
You got it, Bill.
Take care, Bill.
You think that went through Murph's mind? Hey, if I'm gonna go out there and yank this kid, Sproat, and hold him accountable for this, I mean, look what my three hitters doing.
But again, they knew. I don't care what they say. They knew before that game he was going down. I don't care what he did in that game. He was going down after that game.
He had to be the odd man out.
Right. So Murphy could really overprove a point to him by pulling him in the middle of an at-bat, I guess.
So the Brewers did make moves to activate Antonio Sensatella and Dustin May, or Kyle Harrison. Is that the move?
No, it was May and Sensatella.
Okay, it was those two. And Sproat went down, and so did Garrett Stallings. And you heard the story about how Murph told Stallings he was going down. It's just, this is so Murph and so Brewers, really. Just called him in, put his hand on his shoulder, and looked at him. Mm-hmm. And Stallings was like, I know, I gotcha. Yep. Yeah, you just kind of know. And Stallings been doing a nice job for the Brewers. He has. I've been all right with him. All right, we'll take a break here from the Brewers manager, Pat Murphy.
Pat Murphy. We've got Sensatella. We've got Logan Henderson. So lots of people to hear.
Got to hear from Henderson for sure.
Yes.
And Murph on the other side here. As you're listening to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
The game is over, and it's time to hear from the skipper on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
All right, we'll get to Pat Murphy here in just a couple as the Brewers get the 4-2 victory. Logan Henderson, I think, is the top story of the game. I think secondary to that would be the headline of Jackson Chourio and William Contreras participating in some offense. And then the third would be the conversation we're having right now, and that's Yelich, finally a move made to sort of get him back on track. And I think that's the bottom line, is to get him back on track. It's not what I've been saying is to humble him a little bit.
Right.
Although I think that would be the outcome of some moves like this. We all know that these guys, they want to be stars, man. That's what drives them. They want to be good at their craft. And whether you're on your high school team, you know, if you're batting third or fourth, you're kind of the man.
Yep.
Whether it's a little league or a travel ball team, you're leading off, you're kind of the man a little bit. That's 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th hitters in those situations. Yeah, you're a guy.
Correct.
So when you get moved down, I know they control their emotions probably way better than I do, for sure. It still has to bother them internally, just a tick. It has to. Even if it's Christian Yelich, it has to.
A blow to the ego.
Kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Baseball coverage on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Pat Murphy, he's been busy. Here's what he had to say after the Brewers' 4-2 win.
We're giving Logan a chance. Pitch count was good, but a chance to basically go over the order in the sixth. Do you feel like are we seeing steps from him?
No question. I mean, this kid is, again, I keep saying it, guys. Think of the team we have right now. Think of the youth of the pitching staff. Just think of the youth of the pitching staff. Just the number of innings by rookies. The number of innings by guys that I call them rookies, but maybe Harrison's not technically a rookie, or maybe. But think of the non-established starting pitchers that we're going with. It's been amazing, you know. And Miz and Harrison didn't throw very much last month. 20-some innings tops, the whole month. So think about it. And Henderson's right at the core of that. He's just been magnificent when he throws. He bounces back. He does what he has to do. And he did a little bit of this last year. And then think of 3 guys 22 and under in our position player group, trying to learn the game. There's little things about the game that, you know, you have to live with right now. So it's really a tribute to the guys coming together. So it's a good team we're playing, and we faced a good pitcher tonight. That kid's been untouchable for his last 5 starts. And they did some good things. You know, Vaughn and Chourio was, that's the Chourio that, you know, we might get for a full season. They might be yelling those 3 letters for him.
What did you see that was different?
Yeah, I think if you were to do it in terms of like, he just turned the volume down a little bit. You know, the gotta, I wanna, I gotta, it turned into I can. The temperature seemed to come down, not as much movement, and just simple. It just got really simple for him. And that's what I saw. And when he's that way, careful. You know, he's really good. And you see some of those tough sliders he took. Now we're moving in the right direction. So now we gotta rinse and repeat. You know?
Is that something that he kind of has to get to on his own?
Well, you think about it, like being in the right mindset isn't somebody talking to you about it. You can tell me, Murph, be a nice guy. Murph, be a nice guy. Murph, be a nice guy. But what do you usually get? You know, you don't usually get that. You know what I mean? A lot of people tell me that. You know, be softer and be nicer. Don't get on Kurt so much. A lot of people say that. and I can't help myself. So that's similar to an athlete sometimes when you tell them things that's not enough. You know, they got to discover it. They got to become aware, then discover how it helps them, and then work every day to keep themselves there. That's a hard thing to do. Yeah, I mean, this kid's the consummate baseball player, man. I don't know how old he is. I don't know what his contract status is. I don't know any of that stuff. I just know this kid's a baseball player. Yeah, nothing conclusive. He didn't get an MRI. It still hurts pretty good. I would anticipate he doesn't play tomorrow, but I'm not going to try to pretend how he's going to feel tomorrow, but it wasn't bad enough. He doesn't want to go get imaging or anything. He feels like, okay, it hurts, but let's see if it calms down. Obviously, if it doesn't calm down, then we got to make a decision.
Is that a BP thing?
Sliding into home plate. It's actually diving into home plate. And then apparently somebody just told me that they said it was put out to be diving into home, but then somebody wrote driving home. So people thought he heard it while he was driving home. It actually happened in a game. Yeah, I've always loved the kid, man. I'm just from afar, and you know, I hear about what kind of human he is, and yeah, I just immediately liked the kid, you know, and I thought he had good turbo sync. We'll see more of him as we go, but yeah, it was great.
Heavy sinker usage?
That's what it was. That's what it was. I'm not. What do you? I may tell the other team. Yeah, he's going to throw a sinker here. You're starting to kind of you're next to Kurt. You're starting to kind of blend in a little bit.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game. Brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. Running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specializes in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, and workman's comp. They represent top carriers like ERE to find the best combination of coverage and price. Get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance Services in Brookfield, online at g2ins.com. G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. It was a tight ball game. I wasn't exactly comfortable, although it did feel good. It felt like the Brewers were going to win this game, but 3-2 against a hungry Pirates team? Ooh, yeah. So you get to the sixth inning, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Luis Lara provided some insurance.
Lara to the left side, a base hit. Contreras will come around and score. It's 4-2.
There it is on Brewers TV as the Brewers go on for the 4-2 victory.
We still have to hear from Logan Henderson after a timeout here, but we got like 3 minutes here. I want to read this real quick. So this is from fansided.com. Robert Murray. We all know Robert Murray.
Sure.
An MLB insider for a while, and he went through the trade deadline, going over the teams and the players and all this. He gets to the Brewers, and this is, I'm just going to read it word for word. Okay, let me explain here. The Milwaukee Brewers did not land Terry Skubal, but they tried really hard. Their offer for Skubal was strong and competitive, according to sources. It was not a, quote, look, we tried, end quote, type offer. The Brewers generally attempted to acquire Skubal and recreate the magic that came with their 2008 run after they brought in CC Sabathia. The Tigers ultimately chose the Dodgers' offer. The attempt and that level of aggression should be commended rather than bashed. And the other moves that the Brewers made, Dustin May, Antonio Sensatella, and Jojo Romero, were strong and required parting with prospects the organization really liked. But right after the Brewers acquired May, one baseball source texted and said, quote, May might be superhuman with them, end quote.
Now, again, it's based on speculation and not knowing what the Brewers' offer ultimately was.
Right. McKelvey today tweeted out that it was Pena, another top 100 prospect, and a third player. That was the deal. So it could have been Pena and Adam Shefsky and potentially a third player. Now, it's known that the Tigers...
current player or a prospect?
The known part is the Tigers wanted a controllable starting pitcher. So the debate is, was Logan Henderson in that? Did they not want to give up Logan Henderson, and that's why the deal didn't get done, or what all went out? We don't know. But it seems like Pena was definitely a part of the offer, and he's rated higher than Zaire Hope is, the outfielder for the Dodgers, who is the Dodgers' fifth-ranked prospect, 10 positions higher on the top 100, I believe, going into that thing as well. So either way, they definitely tried. This wasn't we're going to give a $20 million a year offer to every player we want, knowing they're all going to turn us down. Sabathia, Greinke, Fielder. Yes. No. That's not what this was. It appears they tried, and they had their mind made up on this River Ryan cat, and that's where they were going.
Yeah, it's just sometimes the story's incomplete, and it might just always be incomplete. However, sometimes this story has a way of correcting itself. I said this the other day. Something just tells me that things happen for a reason. And May, everything I'm reading about him, that dude, he doesn't take anything from anybody.
No.
He's one of those extreme competitors. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for him to start. He's slated for Thursday, correct?
Yeah. Now, he talked before the game today. We played some of that today on the leadoff show. Very, very well-spoken, all of that. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it goes. He said he was anxious to see what the Brewers pitching coaches had up their sleeves for him because he's heard nothing but good things, obviously.
The Brewers pitching department is in good shape with a guy like Logan Henderson. We're going to hear from him after the break here. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. There's Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Tim Allen, a Brewers 4-2 win. And we'll be right back. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
It's time to go inside the clubhouse. Hear from the Brewers players, coaches, front office, and writers that covered the team. This is the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Looks like they have a good one in Logan Henderson. 6 innings, holding the Pirates down to just 2 runs, 8 strikeouts in the game. That's a decent Pirates offense.
For sure. And
they're a hungry, hungry team right now. And that's why I thought that this was actually a little bit better than than just a good win. A little bit better than that, based on the trade deadline and then based on, the hunger of that Pirates team. And the Pirates team got better, and they're trying to make the playoffs and the whole deal. So Logan Henderson steps in, takes care of business, gives his offense an opportunity. And the offense did step up. They really could make the argument with 11 hits and a couple of walks. You probably should have had more than 4 runs, but 4 is typically, with this pitching staff, good enough to win most times.
Do you realize Logan Henderson this year has had only 1 performance where he's given up more than 2 runs?
Yes, just
only
the
once. Just the Cardinals game on the 9th, which they won. And he got the win in that game to go 3-1. He gave up 3 runs. That's the only game.
Yeah, he's looks like like I said, they've got a good one. Let's hear from Logan Henderson after the win.
Logan, after you pitched that first pitch walk, first batter walk, how did you kind of settle in after that?
Yeah, it's never ideal to start the game with a 4-pitch walk, but you just had to flush it. He's on first base, new at bat started, and just start from scratch there. But we were able to settle in after I threw I think it was a first pitch strike to the next guy, but it settled in after that.
Well, you're not a guy that blows people away with that 100-mile-per-hour velocity on the fastball, but it's still a super effective pitch. You're getting swings and misses. What has made it so effective?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some unique characteristics about it. I think it's the low slot. I'm sure I hide it well. That's a question for the hitters, to be quite honest, because I'm not the one facing me, but I've had some success with it. But yeah, I think there's something unique about it that I don't quite fully understand, but it is nice to not pop the 100 and still get some whiff on it sometimes. So, yeah.
How important has the efficiency been, Logan, of keeping your pitches per inning low so that you can get the goal that you want of a quality start and getting through 6?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this last few interviews that I want to get as deep into the game as possible, and it was really good to finish 6 today. So, yeah, I mean, being efficient is the name of the game, and you have to be if you're going to get that deep into the game. And I don't want to just stop at 6. I want to keep going. So, honestly, credit to the team today. Senza came in and shut it down. I didn't even see him before the game, so I didn't know he was here. And I saw him warming up in the bullpen. I was like, all right, that's awesome. And then Abner and Trev did their thing, and the bats came alive. Churio with the solo pump, and then Vaughn too, and we got a little bit of cushion. And after that, my job is throw zeros. So great overall win today for the boys.
He was warming in the 5th. Was there any discussion about him not going out for the 6th, and then getting into that inning? Obviously, can you just kind of take us through the success there, starting out the bogey order?
Yeah, I was going back out for the 6th. I mean, I saw him warming up in the 5th, and that adds a little bit more fuel to the fire for sure, seeing him out there. So I was able to take care of the 5th, and then going back out for the 6th, I had a good idea that was my last one. Hookie didn't say that directly, but he kind of said it indirectly, and it was really good to punch aside in the 6th, and I wanted to go back out for the 7th, but we got horses in the pen that throw up zeros, so they did their job.
Pretty interesting there from Logan Henderson, and it's a little sneak peek behind the curtain, I guess, a little bit, but a lot of baseball fans know this. They keep an eye on that bullpen, those starters.
Of course they do. They want to know when they're going to get yanked.
That's right. And we talk about what motivates a baseball player. In other words, we were talking last hour about Christian Yelich, and maybe moving him down will motivate things, or where you're at in a particular order could motivate you, or a certain start. Are you a platoon player? But yeah, Logan, to identify that Antonio Sensatilla was out there warming up, Yeah, it probably propelled him into the sixth, and then what a sixth it was. You see how he finished?
Yep, finished strong, as they like to say. He emptied the tank.
He
That's
struck out. He struck out their three guys: Horowitz, as Marilyn Valdez, and then I don't even want to mention his name. The guy that gets all the hits and just does damage against the Brewers in a Pirates uniform forever.
Forever, literally. Yes, Brian Reynolds. Yeah.
Just wow. How does he do this? No, he didn't tonight.
True Brewer killer in all aspects.
No, and I remember, on this show saying, "You watch out for those Pirates. It's Kevin Newman and it's Brian Reynolds. Those two young players are," and it turned out, well, I was at least half right. I mean, but Newman went on to have an okay career. It wasn't anything great, but Reynolds is a hell of a ball player. He is, and he's been mentioned in Brewer circles at trade deadlines over the years. They would have fit nice. In fact, a year or two ago, I think he was involved in some conversation prior to him signing that deal. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. The Brewers are going to go back at it tomorrow. What do we expect out of Kyle Harrison tomorrow?
Against the Pirates? I'll say 6 innings. I'll say it's just like Henderson. 6 innings, 2 runs.
I'm going to go 5 innings and 3 runs. That's a tough offense right there.
No.
Now, was this a legit rest for Harrison? Just straight up, this was rest. This wasn't fatigue. This wasn't forearm.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's something wrong. I mean, Murphy, remember back in the one pregame, said they saw something. They just wanted to make sure he was good.
But he seems to be just fine.
We'll see. I hope you're right.
5 innings, 3 runs. That holds this Brewer squad in that baseball game tomorrow. So we've got the leadoff show. That's going to get you ready at 5 o'clock. You've got it, right?
Yes, sir.
And then after the game, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. We'll meet you right here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. The Brewers trying to win 2 in a row over the Pittsburgh Pirates and give them a shot to take that series. Kind of a big game tomorrow for both of these baseball teams.
You go Henderson, Harrison, and May? That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. And remember, as always, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.